So g'day everyone, we are back with yet another new playthrough. Going to be doing a playthrough, a new start on Baldur's Gate. Why am I starting again? I remembered why I get a certain way through Baldur's Gate and I go and do something else, and that's because there's really not a great progression in the characters, and that's just to do with that version of the D&D rules that it's based on. You really don't have much that you can do to expand your character as it goes up in levels. Or in a lot of cases it's just you get slightly better at using your weapon. If you're you get more hit points, and that's it. You don't get new skills, new features, anything like that, which a lot of the other games that I play do have that. As you progress, you can then choose from new skills and features. The one exception to that, of course, in Baldur's Gate is playing some sort of spellcaster, and I've always been loath to play spellcasters because most of them are pretty squishy, and so it just you end up having to put your character in the back, and that just doesn't work. And even in a lot of cases, your character has to be in the front for a lot of the dialogue options, and if that dialogue option results in you getting attacked, you die quickly. So it's a little bit hard, but I'm going to try it again, and I'm going to play a Dragon Disciple. If you haven't seen a Dragon Disciple before, I will import the one that I've just previously created, called Drake. They are a type of sorcerer, and you gain draconic abilities. The idea is that you have dragons somewhere in your ancestry, as bizarre as that sounds, and so that gives you certain abilities. So you are essentially a sorcerer, but you get one less spell per day. So it's a sorcerer that is the same spell casting as a normal wizard. So that's a bit of a disadvantage, and it is going to be until I get the Ring of Wizardry or whatever it's called. And then we'll see. So I'm going to give it a go. Stats, I rolled a reasonably good stat. I only think it was like a 90. I don't think it was anything, major, but charisma 18. Now, for the sorcerer / dragon disciple, your stats really don't matter. You can have every stat as low as you want or as high as you want. Charisma is supposed to be your primary stat, but it does not affect your spellcasting at all, nor does your intelligence, from what I understand. I've got the intelligence that high because I had the extra points, and because I wanted to bump my lore up a bit, because I'm probably not going to get, it might take me a while to learn the Identify spell. Constitution I bumped as high as I could, because I'm playing an elf. The highest I could go with Constitution was 17, but because 16 and 17 have the same bonus, there was no sense going to 17, so I left that at 16. I bumped Dexterity all the way up. In other games, if I was playing the same sort of character, a sorcerer or a Dragon Disciple, I probably wouldn't worry about Dex at all, because it's not as important. Strength, again, not important. It was a bit of a dump stat, so I chucked some in there. I could have added some more to Wisdom to bump it up for save throws, but I decided not to. We'll just see how we go. I know Armor and Magic Missile as my spells, and I'm proficient with the Sling, because that's going to be... I'm still going to be using my normal party layout of everybody using missile weapons. It's just that as a main character, I'm going to be slinging a few spells as well. And I will still be bringing in Dynahair as another spellcaster, and then even once Imoen gets to level 6, for level 7, I will convert her to a wizard. And we'll see how we go. So that'll be three wizards plus Branwen as a cleric. So it's a high number of spellcasters in the group, but don't know how it'll go, but we'll see. So I'm just going to do the default that I already had done. I don't like any of the voices, so that one will do. The name is going to stay the same. Done. And accept. And let's venture forth.
Nestled atop the cliffs that rise from the Sword Coast, the citadel of Candlekeep houses the finest and most comprehensive collection of writings on the face of Farron. It is an imposing fortress, kept in strict isolation from the intrigues that occasionally plague the rest of the Forgotten Realms. It is secluded, highly regimented, and it is home. Within these hallowed halls of knowledge, your story begins. You have spent most of your 20 years of life within this keep's austere walls, under the tutelage of the sage Gorion. Acting as your father, he has raised you on 1,000 tales of heroes and monsters, lovers and infidels, battles and tragedies. However, one story was always left untold, that of your true heritage. You have been told that you are an orphan, but your past is largely unknown. Lately, Gorion has been growing distant from you, as if some grave matter weighs heavily on his heart. You have asked about his concerns as gently as possible, but your queries have been in vain. Your sole comfort is the knowledge that he is a wise man, and you know he will tell you when the time is right. Nonetheless, his silence is troubling, and you cannot help but feel that something is terribly wrong. Today, Gorion has appeared more agitated than ever, and now he has uncharacteristically interrupted your chores in the middle of the day, imparting hurried instructions for you to equip yourself for travel. He has handed you what gold he can spare, but given no clue as to why. Nevertheless, you now stand before the Candlekeep Inn, ready to purchase what you need for an unplanned and unexpected journey.
Okay, so I'm going to go through this fairly quickly. We're going to do this first. I forgot to do this last time I started to play through.
It's hard to find decent folk nowadays.
Yes, I'll be back within the hallowed halls of Candlekeep. With this iron crisis upon us, the trip from Beregost was more hazardous than I care to relate. You're Gorion's ward, aren't you? My, you have come into your own, and if you would permit an old man jealous of you to say so, I left an identify scroll with Tethtorol in the inner grounds. He should be done examining it by now. If you would fetch it for me, I'd be grateful. Okay, so I've spoken to him. Now let's have some fun. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Counting with me. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh, I miscounted. I was taking it careful just in case I did. After you've spoken to him 30 times, including the initial conversation, he will give you 30 gold. And once we go to Beregost, we can do that again. Sorry, 300 gold. Once we go to Beregost, we can do that again, and he will give us another 300 gold. Little quirky, cheaty thing that the developers put in there, obviously, when they're testing, to be able to have some way to get a decent amount of gold early on. Not that you're really hurting for gold, but, you know, a little bit more never hurts. Yeah, I really want to get into here because this has a couple of scrolls in it. Why can I not? There we go. Force the lock and a bit of gold. Get the day ready here. These guys are boring. I'm not going to talk to them. This guy, Winthrop, is insulting because...
My hotel's as clean as an elven arse.
There you go, clean as an elven arse. And who am I? I'm an elf. So... well, hello there, young one. Come to visit your old pal Winthrop, have you? Well, don't forget the 10,000 gold piece book entrance fee as per Candlekeep's custom, don't you know? You always were the big kiddo, Winthrop. That gets funnier very nearly every time I hear it. Well, perhaps not quite so often. Just having a bit of fun with ye, my friend. Them monks may be walking about with poles in their nethers, but you know you are always welcome in my sight. Gorion did well by you, he did, so is there anything I can do for you? Some drinks, room to sleep, or anything to buy? Sure, what do you have? Excuse me. Not going to sleep here. Actually, I don't know if you can, really. Now, let's get a few things organised. We have to buy a lot of bolts because we have a quest where we have to give that. In preparation for meeting up... Imoen's already going to have a bow. But we want to get her some arrows, so a full lot of 12 for her, and let's just get another lot of 4. Oop. No, that was, and then I want another lot of 12. Okay, so now we've got a short bow and some arrows to give to Monteron when we get him. We're not going to keep him for very long though. We need some studded leather for Imoen and a short sword. I'm going to stick with quarterstaff as a backup weapon, but I'm going to need a sling, but we're going to need 2 slings because one of those will go to Zvar, or whatever his name is, that will be there with Monteron, excuse me, and then bullets, I'm going to need the full stack of 12, and we'll get another 4 for Monteron, so that's 3 full stacks of 80 and 1 stack for Monteron, not Monteron, Zvar, whatever his name is. I don't think I need to get anything else at this time. That's a good enough start. So, done. Let's just quickly equip all of this. 1, 2, and 3. We're going to make that our primary weapon just for a moment. I'm going to put up that. I'm going to sell that as soon as I can. And the rest of this can just stay there. Right, let's head out up here and talk to, is it Lydia? Or Philidia?
Hello there.
Oh, hello. Hey, have you seen my copy of the history of Halrua anywhere? You know how I can't stand the constant shuffling of arithritic feet in the library, so I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air just east of here, and oh, I hate being so absent-minded. Please, if you find it, I really need it back. Not a problem. So it's over here. Not going to go in here yet. I'll come back for that. So let's talk to Dreppen. He tells you he's got a problem with his cows that he'll only tell you about after you've given the book back to Flydia. So we'll come back over here, give it to Flydia, then we'll talk to Dreppen. Let me see, I'm just going to quickly do this and this, get those set up, and before I do anything else, at least in this part, I want to set that, I think. Defensive, no. Aggressive, no. Passive. I think that one's the better option. So let's leave it as passive. I was just going to turn it off because the one thing I remember, if I don't, my book. Oh, you remind me of Gorion when you grin like that. Raising you has been hard on him, I know, but he says it's a toil of love, a toil of destiny even. You must be a very special child indeed to draw such praise from a man of his silent nature. Here, take this little gem of mine. Maybe Winthrop will give you a little something for it. Yeah, I just want to make sure that when I go and clear out these rats in a minute, that I don't automatically start casting spells. I've only got 2 of them to begin with, and I might just want to use 1 or 2 of them in the fights that count. Nice day, ain't it? Too bad Nessie here ain't enjoying it though, her being sick and all. I need to get her one of them potions of antidote off Hull. He stayed up drinking last night and got hauled out of bed to man the gates early this morning, so I bet he's got a few of them lying around somewhere. Okay. So we've got to come down here and there'll be a little weapons training drill, which you can't really get out of, so we'll do it. even though we're pathetic with weapons. I'm going to use the staff for this only because I just don't... No, actually, you know what? I'm not going to use the staff for this. Oops, I'll click through this without reading the dialogues. But I'm going to switch to my sling because I'm going to hit way better with that with a dex of 19 than I am with a staff with a strength of 12. Thankfully, this archer is not doing any damage to me, despite the fact that he's hit me with 3 arrows so far, and this guy with his staff has hit me with 1. Man, I am still doing terrible. Maybe I should have switched back to the staff. Back to the staff, then. Thankfully, none of this is doing real damage. There we go. You did good, kid, especially after Eric started firing his arrows at you. I'm sure your father would be proud. You should go talk to the gate warden if you want some experience in fighting with a group of people. You can find him just out there. Out there, it can be pretty important to know where to fight with allies at your side. Okay. Let's just check that. Yeah, that's right. There's nothing in that. Let's talk to Reborn. I thought I asked you to clean the rats out of this building yesterday. Already. Hop to it. Get in there. Okay, so I want to make sure that when I'm in here, I'm going to switch to the sling because that is a better weapon for me. But I just wanted to make sure we didn't cast any arrows because, yeah, don't have many. Not arrows, cast any spells. So slow at attacking. There we go. And we're done. Is there a last one over here? There is. And can we hit it before it gets to us? Yes! Not that it does any damage anyway, because it's just a mouse. Okie dokie. Get our 5 gold pieces from here. Ah, yes, kill them like the rats they are. Glorious battle, unlike any this world has ever seen. Here's 5 gold pieces, don't spend it in one place. Don't spend it all in one place. So we're going to come down here now and we're going to talk to Hull about the potion we want for Dreppen and about his sword. Hey kid, I woke late this morning and left my sword in the barracks before going on duty. If you want to get it from me, it's in the chest at the foot of my bed on the right side of the barracks. Quick now before the gate warden catches me without it. You'll also find an antidote there. I think Dreppen need one for old Nessa. Oop. There we go. So, let's come down here. I'm not going to do the things with the gate warden that he wants me to do.
Are very strict.
Soon be gone, will you? Garayan asked me to teach you a bit about the finer arts of mass combat before you leave. Can I poke your interest with it, Drake? Garayan's in a hurry, gate warden. I'm afraid I can't spare the time. Sorry. Are you sure, little one? It would be best you took the time to learn it now rather than curse your ignorance later. Garayan himself asked me to do this deed, and I'll not offer it to ye twice. Whatever little knowledge I have, I am sure it will be sufficient, thank you. Besides, Gorion will protect me should we encounter any trouble. Aye, you be as you've always been then, worse than try to talk sense to Ulrund himself. Now, there be duties that you need attending to, and I'll not suffer a brat like you any longer. Okay, so then he runs off into here, where he then promptly disappears into thin air, because I'm going to come down here and there's no sign of him. But I'm going to talk to this guy.
These walls contain the world's knowledge.
So, are you sick? You look rather healthy to me, but you never can tell. Do you need any potions or such things? Yes, that would be nice. Alright, then take this potion. So, he gives us a potion of healing, which I shall put up there. And we're going to sell those ASAP. There's stuff in here that you can do. You can raid these cupboards if you're really willing to get caught. I'll time it right so he's not in the way. But I'm not going to do any of that. We want to get through here quick. So, let's come and raid this chest. I can't remember if there's anything in it, so we're going to check anyway. 15 gold, nothing to be sneezed at. Let's get that. Nothing in there. Let's come over here. Yeah, it's a few gold in there. And then we come up here. There we go. Let's talk to this one.
I should have joined the army.
What a mead-filled night. That hull is just too much. Poor sap had to go man the gate this morning too. I don't know how he does it. What can I do for you? Yeah, the mead would explain why Hull forgot to put his sword on this morning. He sent me to fetch it for him. Sure, it should be in the chest over there against the wall right there. I'm going to talk to this guy again. Same thing. I was just wondering if you had any errands I could run. Errands? Yeah, actually, I need a quarrel of crossbow bolts. If you could get some off Winthrop at the inn, I'll reimburse you. Oh, very well. There'll be a few coins in it for you too, so you can stop giving me that look. Thanks, kid. I hear you might be leaving this place soon. Watch your back out there, okay? Here, let me give you this dagger. My father killed a hobgoblin with it once many years ago. Stabbed him right in the back, he did. It ain't no broadsword, but it'll do in a pinch. Now take care of yourself. Probably going to... Because it's not been... Wow. Because it's not been identified. It really is that bad. Okay. And we can't identify it yet. So, no sense even considering using it. Come up to here, give Hull his sword. There we go. Thanks, kiddo. Grind didn't bring you up half bad, did he? You're lucky to have grown up here. Ooh, excuse me. You're lucky to have grown up here in Candlekeep, to be honest. Sometimes I think that the world outside these gates has gone mad. What with all the fighting over iron shortages and all, Armand Baldur's Gate will be at war before the season's out, mark my words. Anyhow, I'm on duty. Here's 20 gold pieces for saving my skin from the chief, and that's great. So we got a whole 20 gold, which sounds like a lot originally, except for the fact that we got 300 from what's his face, Firebeard. And we got the potion that we can give to Dreppin up here. See, he'll give us a little something for that. I can't remember how much he gives us. Hey, you're a wonder you are. Stick with me and we'll go far. Well, okay, stick with me and we'll probably never leave the walls of Candlekeep, will we? Good thing you ain't wearing none of those metal armour, though, as I hear that the bandits out there would just as soon kill you as look at you to take it off your back. I just hope the whole iron crisis business is wrapped up soon. And we just got experience for that. Okay. Oh. Didn't mean to go that way, but anyway, we'll come in here. We've got to go in here now, because we've got to get the scroll of identify to give to Firebeard, whatever his name is. Or Firebeard, I think it actually is, technically. So we need to talk to the guy that's just around here somewhere. Where is he?
Greetings,
there he is.
young one.
Firebeard has sent you to me, hasn't he? Very well. Return the scroll to him, but then you must hurry and speak with Grind. He's waiting for you on the steps of the Central Library. I assure you, child, it's a matter of the greatest urgency. I'm sure it is. So we're going to head up here. Just hang on a sec. Gameplay. Assigned keys. There was a quick save. Q. There we go. So many games with so many different quick save keys. Actually, let's sell what we can first, because it's going to be time sensitive once we get. That's all we want to sell there. Wish I could identify that, but we cannot. Right. Yes, the protection spell that he gives us will only last a certain amount of time. go. Oh, I didn't read that text either. Well, you know, not too bad. Let's get over here as quick as we can. Ideally, we want this spell to last for both combats, which means that once I'm in here, I don't want to muck around trying to loot anything that's not going to open up the first couple of tries.
Hello.
Yeah, okay. Oh, goody goody, I have gone and found you first. You are the Ward of Gorion, no doubt. I am. What can I do for you? Oh, our encounter shall be quite simple for you. Plainly put, I have made it my mission to end your life. Successful men, little respect among my peers. So you see, you can do very little except die. Well now, you want me to die, do you? Oh! Okay, aren't we lucky that we did that quick save a minute ago? That spell really didn't help very much at all. That quick save right there, load. There we go. Right, let's do this again. Sell that. That's all I'm going to sell there. Come over here. Once again, I didn't read it. Mostly because we want to... Damn it, I should have used that scroll of shield. Hey, might as well. Quick save. That one. Okay, let's use that. Hello. There we go. Sell. All that for a few gold. So by using that scroll, I now have both of my normal spell slots that I can use to kill this guy.
Hello.
Okay, so there we go. That's the way to do it. I don't think there's anything in here or here, but we'll do a quick check. Oh yeah, gold there, I forgot. And nothing in there. And failed to force the lock. Failed to force the lock. One more try. No, let's go. Oh, yeah, come on, hurry up, talk to me, you idiot. There we go. Drake, you cut yourself above the brow there. What is wrong, child? Something in your eyes tells me something's very wrong indeed. Oh, Parter, there was a man in there. He smelled like the stables and he tried to kill me. It was horrible. Blah, blah, blah. Hurry then, child. Equip yourself at the inn. Go join Gorion. Yeah, I want to get down here as quickly as I can so this extra protection spell doesn't wear off. My shield will last all day, so that's fine. But I want to be sure that if this magic missile doesn't kill him in the first shot, which it should, but if it doesn't, I want to be sure that I've still got the little bit of extra protection that that spell gives me. So let's get in here.
I have a blade with your name on it.
Hey there, you're Gorion's little whelp, aren't you? Yeah, you match the description, you don't look so dangerous to me, and what business is that of yours? I'll make it my business if I please. Just thought I'd have a look at you for myself before I put a blade down your gullet. Someone seems to think you're trouble, so I'm gonna use your head for a ticket out of the gutter. I'm just a little street trash hood, they say, but I'll show 'em. Magic missile. Yeah, see, that didn't kill him in one hit, so now I gotta try and bash him. There we go. And he's down. Take the dagger. Is there anything up in there? No, there isn't. I should remember that by now. Okay. Oh, hang on. There's a guy over here that wants to talk with me, and if I don't, he follows me for the next
Something
10
on
minutes.
your mind?
I heard shouting, Draco, you're right. He's dead, whoever he was. He lunged at me with a knife. Oh, Karen, what is happening to this place? Karen doesn't fit the voice. It's not this place, child. It's you they're after. Grind is waiting on the steps of the Central Library and wants you to go to him as soon as you've bought what you need at the inn. Drake and I... Oh, Drake, I've been your tutor for so many years, and only in this moment have I come to doubt that my teachings have been enough. Go to Grind, child. It is safe for you here no longer. So we're going to do just that. We're going to slip up here and head in. Another little quick save there. There goes that protection spell, but we've still got our armor spell.
Hey,
Talk
it's
to
me,
Emily.
Emmeline.
I'm surprised that stuffy old grind let you away from your studies and chores. That old fiddle faddle, I snuck off too. Old Puff and Guts Winthrop was looking for me, but I've got all day to do his chores. You can have time for a story today. No, I can tell you don't. What have you been up to? I'm afraid I can't chat today, little one. My foster father wishes me to prepare for a journey, but he will not say to where. Little one, I'm not much younger than you, though you sure got tall fast, relatively anyway. A journey, eh? I never get to travel. I wish I could go with you. Yep, I really wish I could. Yes, sir, really do. All right, I get the message. I'll ask if you can go with us. Oh, don't be silly. Grind would never even let you finish the sentence, especially after what that letter of his said. Did I say that? No, of course I didn't. Never saw no letter. Nope. I'll just go back to work now. You'd better go. Grind is waiting. And he is right here. So we're just going to actually save this as Candlekeep. Go. And now let's...
Oh, my child, I am glad I have found you.
This is very unnerving, I know, but you must trust me. It is very important that you pack your possessions so that we must leave Candlekeep immediately. Hurry, for there is no time to tarry. The keep is well protected, but not invulnerable. I am ready to go right now.
Listen carefully. If we ever become separated, it is imperative that you make your way to the Friendly Arm Inn. There you will meet Khalid and Jahira. They have long been my friends, and you can trust them. Listen, child. The night can only get worse, so we must find shelter soon. Don't worry. I will explain everything as soon as there is time. Wait, there is something wrong. We are in an ambush. Prepare yourself.
You are perceptive for an old man. You know why I'm here. Hand over your ward and no one will be hurt. If you resist, it shall be a waste of your life.
You're a fool if you believe I would trust your benevolence. Step aside and you and your lackeys will be unhurt.
I am sorry that you feel that way, old man.
I am not well at all.
Manus potentis paro.
Dawn is especially cruel this morning. You awake with the realization that you have not been living some horrible dream. Ambushed, you saw Gorion cut down before your eyes, and even his powerful magic could not stop the onslaught. It was his wish that you flee, but that does not remove the feeling of helplessness that now overwhelms you. Hand over your ward, the armored fiend had said. He was after you and you alone, but why? If only Gorion had given some clue. But now you are alone and lost. Candlekeep is near, but you will find no quarter there. The readers pay for their serenity with rather draconian entry rules, and without Gorion's influence, their doors will remain closed. You will not last long on your own with your meager equipment. Perhaps you can get some help from the friends Gorion mentioned, the ones at the Friendly Arm.
Hiya, it's me, Emmeline.
Sorry I followed you, but I never get out of Candlekeep and those monks are such a bore. Never any decent coin in their pockets neither. I saw Gorion and I'm so sorry. Kinda figured something bad might happen to you out here. How could you have known? Gorion did not even tell me. I accidentally read a letter on his desk the other day. Can't remember exactly what it said, but he might still have. It might be on his body. Anyway, I'm not going to let you wander around here all alone. Never let a friend down, no sir. Stick with you until you say otherwise. I will. Good. So let's give you some armor and a sword and some extra arrows. I'll take that potion. Did I? No, I gave you a dagger, not.
I feel this is my rightful place.
Yeah, it is. That's good. Okay, so that. And we're good. That's going to go back to me. I'm going to use it. 2 potions to you, some armor to you, that extra potion to me. Because I'm probably going to need it. And we are all good. I didn't end up selling some of that stuff, but that's all right. Okay. A quick save. And actually, let's customize you to be a thief range attack. There we go. Okay, let's head up here, talk to this guy. We're going to need to change party layout soon. Is there a better one than that I can use? Something... well, a busy day for me today indeed. Strange noises throughout the night and now a plethora of people strolling around the wood. You do look a touch more hospitable than the last 2 I met, though. Well met, stranger. I am called Colsid. Yeah, strange name. I'm going to go with this one. You saw 2 people in the wood. I was told to meet some friends at the friendly army, and perhaps they are the ones you met, other one than the same. I doubt they're the ones you seek. They do not seem the friendly type and are far afield of the inn. If you wish to meet them, I left them not a moment ago, just up the road. You will have to pass them anyway if you wish to go to the friendly army, and there is a crossroad to the east, and the inn is north of that. Thank you for your time. I shall be on my way. I'm not going to be whiny and ask for help. He's not going to give me anything anyway. Fare thee well, as they say. And boop, he disappears into thin air. Just trying to see what other... there's not really many other options, is there? I thought there was one where you could actually... Anyway, we'll use that for now. I thought there was one where you could actually build your own. What game am I thinking of? There was another game where you could do that. It's gonna bug me now. Okay. Let's join these guys. Very, very temporarily.
Montalon, you are so aggravating! 'Tis disturbing to my demeanor!
Hold, Montalon, this young wayfarer is in need. Someone has said about thee, stranger, and you have barely escaped with your life. Stranger, I don't look like I'm barely escaping with my life, but Izar looks to have been roughed up quite well. Indeed, I can offer you healing potions if you wish. As a token of goodwill, I'd be grateful for any assistance. Nothing to fear from these simple potions. I'll not even hold you in debt, though your conscience knows otherwise. Just like all good people. Yeah, you guys don't know good. Perhaps as payment you would go with us to Nash Cal. It is a troubled area and we mean to investigate some disturbing rumours surrounding the local mines. Some acquaintances are very concerned about the iron shortage, specifically where to lay blame in the matter. You would be useful, though I'll not hold you to it. We are to meet the mayor of the town, a man named Baron Gastkill, I believe. Your conscience be your guide. I would join with you, but I must meet someone first. Perhaps you'll go with me. We've precious little time, but it's best to travel accompanied. I will go with ye You owe us for our time, though. Yeah. Okie dokie, so let's give you a sling and some bullets. I'll take that heals because I'm going to need it. Let's give you bow and some arrows. I'm going to just pass this over to you to see if you can identify it, and you can. Brilliant. These scrolls are going to go back to me, and you're set up and good. Chill touch. That scroll there is probably the best option for now. Chill touch, I've got to get too close. I think it's probably worthwhile at this point using that dagger rather than a quarterstaff, just because it's a +1. Every little advantage is going to be worth it. Okay, so from here we go and pick up Garion's stuff, being very careful. Let me just double check. I haven't set up your gear yet, have I? You can have your 1 healing potion, but that potion's going to go there, and we're going to sell that later. Sounds good. Okay, so we just come up here, hopefully not getting too close to any of the wolves, bears, etc. that inhabit this area. Here's Garion's body. We definitely want that, we want that, we want that, we want that, we want that. We don't want, we'll take that, but I'm not going to take the armor because it's crap. There we go, bow. Right, let's come back down this way. I mean, we could have taken the armor, we're so low on everything at the moment that even 1 gold piece is better than nothing, but we do have our 300 gold from Firebeard, so can you identify that? I bet you can't. Nope. And I can't either, and we don't have anything to identify it with, so that's not worrying about it. What spells do you have? Chill touch and minor drain, that's it. And you just learn minor drain. Of course you do. Okie dokie. So we're going to come up here, and I'm going to stop just here because in the hollow in this tree is a nice little, what is it, diamond? Don't remember how much that's worth, but it's worth something. Damn it! I knew I should have waited. We have just... damn wolf. At least we haven't initiated the talking with this guy. I'm going to move back because I've got no spells ready for the day. You are going to sling. You are going to shoot. You are going to shoot. And then I will use the scroll. No, I guess not. I got to click on it first. No, and that was a waste.
I'd be much preferring the cover of night
Yes.
or this blasted daylight.
Yeah, that's because you're evil, Monteron. That guy's just a damn messenger. See, I should have waited for him to come down over this way, and then I could have talked to him without provoking that wolf. But thankfully, none of us got hurt. Binkos, what a name for a messenger. Binkos, sorry chum, but I can't stop to chat. There's been another caravan raid north of Beragos, and I must report of these dire straits to the Grand Dukes. A messenger's work is never done.
Oh, there, wanderer. Stay thy course a moment to indulge an old man.
Okay. It's been nigh on to a 10 days since I've seen a soul walking this road, and I've been without decent conversation since. Travelling nowadays appears to be the domain of either the desperate or the deranged. If thou would pardon my intrusion, may I inquire which pertains to thee? Not to imply anything, but how do you measure up to your own standards? Pestering strangers about their mental state doesn't seem all that well adjusted to me. Point well taken, and thou hast answered my query most adequately. I shall think of thee as determined instead. I shall trouble thee no more, as thou art more than capable of the task at hand. North is the friendly armour inn, where I am certain you shall find trustworthy friends awaiting. I have said too much and taken too much time from thee. Fare thee well. Right, so we are going to head that way. Oh, going up and then coming back down again. Okay, I'm not too concerned at the moment. These gibberlings are easy to kill. Not dropping any loot, but that's fine. It's only if we stray off the beaten path, although we're going to do a little bit of that in a minute. But if we stray too far off the beaten path, we have to worry about things like ogres. There's X-Mart, but they're not too much of a problem. Let's just slip through here, and then through here, and then over here to here. Without getting attacked, very good. And beautiful, we can get that ring. Now, strangely, you haven't identified it. I haven't identified it, but if I put it on, my armor class is now 4. So it actually does something. I'm going to leave it like that until we get it identified. And I think the other ring we're going to get in a minute will do the same. Let's just quick save. Let's get up here.
Hello, pal.
Talk to this guy. What do you want? If you don't mind, please try to keep your voices down. There be beasties about with better hearing than we. What should I worry about in this area? Around here, I wouldn't worry yourself too much unless your brain is in charge of everything you see. Mostly gibberlings, but they aren't too much of a hassle. A fair bow and a good sword arm could handle 1, maybe 2. More with magic or cleric backup. Wolves have become a bit more predatory lately. I think it's because more people are hunting for their food, seeing as how the iron shortage took away their normal livelihoods. A hungry wolf is a nasty thing, and I wouldn't travel without a group if I were you. Ooh, most definitely. Even 2 of us against a wolf would not necessarily fare well. At least the fact that, you know, there's only one fighter in the group and he's a fighter thief, and we've got a mage, a thief, and a sorcerer / dragon disciple. So, cutscene in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's come over here. So we're not, like I did last time I played through here, we're not going to go into the friendly arm in yet, although it might be worthwhile saving, I guess. Save. Friendly arm in. There we go. Is it that one? Yes, it is. Let's get this wonderful little ring. Got it. And now we can't identify that. You can't identify that. But if we put it on, what do we see? We don't see any change yet because we really need to rest. I don't think it'll let us rest here with the inn being so close, will it? Yes, it will. Okay, well, we'll do that. Only so that I can get the bonus spells that this is going to give me. See, now I have 4 spells for the day. So, step 1. Armour up. Step 2. Quick save. Now, let's move out. Oh, no, all of us, not just me. Okay, so, we are going to head over here. So what we're doing now, like I did in the last playthrough I started but didn't finish, is we're heading up here to go north so that we can pick up Ajuntus and add him to the group. We will then come back into the Friendly Arm Inn, fighting our way past that guy that wants to kill us, hopefully surviving that, and we will drop Monteron and Zvar, or Zar, or however you pronounce his ridiculous name, with his ridiculous accent, and then we will add Khalid and Jahir to our group. But again, only temporary. Really just so that we can get down to Nashkel, where we will then add Minsk and eventually Dynahair and Branwen to our group. So let's just sneak over here. Okay, I tend to find if I go and follow the path too closely to the north, there's a chance that I can get an Ankeg attack, and I don't want that.
Be you friend or foe?
Until you tell us who you are, how should we know? I am a Juntus, Squire Paladin to Lord Helm. I've come down from the city of Waterdeep. You've come up from the city of Waterdeep, really, to fight against the brigands and make these roads... Oh no, sorry, down. I'm thinking we're in Neverwinter. The brigands that make these roads unsafe to travel. What of you? We too want to put an end to the bandit raids. In that case, why do we not join forces against these contemptible wall breakers? Sounds good to us. We're always on the lookout for another sword arm. Okay, so unfortunately... Oh, maybe I do have a bow that we can briefly give him. We want to put him all the way up there with Monteron there. You can just use the short bow for a moment, and that group of arrows. It's all good, and because you can probably carry a little bit more than me, I'm going to give you that stuff to carry, and that. And I always give Imoen the gems. Right. Now, can we get out of here without getting attacked by an Ankeg? Because that would be bad. Come on, where is it? There it is. Back to the Friendly Arm Inn. And that took 8 hours. My spell's worn off. Could cast it again, but we're going to try and see if we can slip down here without getting any of those hobgoblins, which looks like we will. And we will head into the inn without that fight. Probably should still put that armor on before the main fight at the inn, shouldn't I? So once we get to here, let's just stop while I cast. And we're good. Okay. Just uncovering as much of that as we can. Let's come around here. These guys don't really have much to say, so let's ignore them for the moment. Let's come in here, talk to this lady about what she needs.
Yes?
Hey there, you're new here, aren't you? Could I trouble you a moment? Tell me, certainly, my lady, speak your mind. Such matters. Well, I need a gruff hand for this task, so keep your pleas and thank yous garbage for the nobles. I was robbed blind by some hobgoblins within sight of this very inn's walls, and I need you to return the favour. They took my ring, and that's all I want back. Will you do it? I will help you. I thank you. Creatures just north of the inn, I swear. I could almost see them from the upper rooms. Bring my ring back. When you get it, you'll know what you see. It's a flame dance ring and very striking. Right. Might as well just sort of swing around here to uncover this. There's nothing to... Got to uncover that fog of war. And then let's come down here. Okay, I'm going to come all the way down this way. Only because I find it better to approach the steps from the south so that I can get all lined up for when this guy is going to attack. So that's where he's going to come. Let's set ourselves there like that. Poke.
Hi, friend.
There we go. Adjuntus out in front. Hi, friend. I've not seen you before. What brings you the friendly arm in? I'm here to meet some friends. Oh, you must be who I am to meet then. I will take you to your friends, but first I should be sure you are the correct person. Is your name Drake? Why, yes it is. Perfect. You are indeed the person I seek. Hold still a moment, won't you? Okie dokie. You are going to switch to sword because you are so close. You are going to shoot. You are going to cast. You are going to shoot. And I am going to cast. And that ended that very quickly. Who got him in the end? Magic missile from me. And that. There we go. Beautiful. Couple of scrolls there. Let's put... Maybe selling that. Probably sell that too. Burning Hands is... yeah. We get too close. I think I'm going to put Magic Missile up there as a spare in case I'm running low. Let's just do a bit of a sweep around here. I don't think you can even get into any of these buildings. It's been an age since I've tried. Come back into that temple in a minute. None of those barrels have anything in them that you can interact with. Let's just move up into that corner as far as we can, uncover as much of that as we can. And let's uncover as much of this as we can. Right, and then back down this way. And we'll go into the temple. Whose spell was that dissipated? Very odd.
You are welcome here in Gile Glittergold Sight.
For a bit of respectful coin, we can cure what ails thee if you need. I'm just going to do that because I want to make sure I take off these rings so I can identify them. Is that all that we have that needs to be identified? Yeah. Okay, and what we're going to do, very unsporting of us, but I'm going to strip these guys of everything. There we go. Let's talk to her again. Okay, identify that ring. Oh, sorry, that belt is cold resistance, but doubles all fire-based damage. I'm not going to use that because that will just mean any fireball or anything like that will kill me easily. Identify, that's the Ring of Ever Memory, which gives me the extra, it doubles the number of first level wizard spells, and that is a Ring of Protection plus 1 Ring of Princes, which is exactly what I knew it to be. Wonderful. Let's put these back on for now. Bounty notice. Yeah. Gorion, scroll. Yeah. Not going to go through all of that. Looks like my stream health isn't as good as I would like. Oh no, it's back to good again. That's good. Okay. So, let's head on into the inn. We know we're safe now for a while. Let's come over here first.
Hey,
Like that.
friend. Good to meet a fine sod such as yourself.
Who's a sod? I can't stand the way the roads are cut off these days. My uncle in Baldur's Gate and I can't get there to see him. How come the roads are cut off? Where have you been the past few months? The roads are crawling with brigands and bandits after every scrap of iron you got on you. Surely you must have fled some on your trip here. Lest you came by the West Road, that is. Why is the West Road still open? If there's ever a book shortage, then the road to Candlekeep will be the most dangerous of them all, I assure you. But those folks are after metal, so they're sticking money to the larger trade routes between Baldur's Gate and Harm. And guess what? This here inn is smack dab in the middle of it all. Okay, let's reform our party and say goodbye to these guys. Done. You tell one to leave, they'll both leave. You're letting me go, but we shared so much, so many good times. This is truly a sad day indeed. Goodbye, so sad, blah, 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 and all that rot. Come along, Monteron. You are my counterpart, and we shall not be separated. That's all right. I didn't want you to. I could have, if I wanted to keep one of you, could have killed the other one off, but I don't want either of you. Let's head over here so we can talk to Khalid and Jaheira. Speak to Jaheira because she does most of the talking.
How long must we wait here? Things stir to the south as we sit.
MRA, no, I wasn't a dragon disciple before. Last time I was playing an archer. And I decided to play something a bit different because the progression with most of the character types is pretty boring. All you get is extra hits. Who I've currently got is Ajuntus and Imoen, and I'm going to temporarily add Jaheira and Khalid, but I will be dropping them off once I get down to Nashkel, and I'll go and rescue Dynahair and have Minsk and Dynahair, and rescue Branwen and have her as well. Yes. I'm not going to go through this text, I've done it all before, and there we go, your company would be welcome. So, let's put Khalid there. I'm not sure what order that's going to go. Let's have a look. That puts... yeah, that's a good arrangement. Yes, I went round the outside of the Friendly Arm Inn. Went round the eastern edge without having to encounter any of the hobgoblins yet, and snuck up north to grab Ajuntus very carefully so that I don't get attacked by bandits or by Ankeg, and then came back down again, avoiding all of the hobgoblins by coming down the eastern edge of the inn. And now, after I've talked to everyone in the inn and rested up for the night, we'll go and clear out the area around the inn. And yeah, I got Ajuntus early, so I can get the advantage of having a paladin early on rather than having to wait until after Nashkel, where most people grab him. I've actually seen some people that grab some of the characters that you don't get until you're flooding the mines. I've seen people find ways to sneak up there and grab those characters whose names escape me at the moment. But I'm not that adventurous, so let's just talk to the innkeeper here.
Dreadful slow business lately.
What do you have to sell to me? I want to sell some junk to you, actually. I don't want the Band of Interpode. I'm going to keep that armor and that Burning Hands and that Chill Touch. I'm going to get rid of that scroll because I don't need it, and I don't need Infravision. he's the only Paladin I recall from the game. I've never finished it. I did buy the original game when it first came out, but I always tend to get as far as Baldur's Gate, and then I lose interest a little bit. I'm hoping this time I'll get all the way through, but I said that 2 weeks ago as well. So yeah, I've got more stuff than that to sell. Why did I stop there? So that's all the stuff I'm going to sell from there. Don't need that, or that, or that, or that, or that. Let's get rid of all of those. You can keep that. We'll sell that. Sell that and those. Okay, we're flush for cash now. You've already got splint mail, I believe, but you're going to want a longbow. And some more arrows. I stopped the archer run because, as I was saying before, the part of the problem that I find with Baldur's Gate is the progression. As an archer, the only thing that progresses during the course of the game is my THAC0 to hit armor class 0 comes down because I'm getting better. I can shoot more times in a round, but apart from that, you rarely get any new skills, any new features that actually help you, and so as a result, you don't really have much interaction with progressing the character and making it, more interesting, more powerful, whatever. So I find that very limiting, which is why I've been playing other things like Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2, and yeah, the archer does get a few druidic spells, you're right, but the problem there is that I don't find those all that useful. I've played rangers a lot, and I rarely even bother using the spells most of the time, which I know is probably silly, but it's just the way I am. So I decided I'll give it one more try and see how far I get as something that has a bit of progression by having, the ability to learn to get new spells over time, and then also the Dragon Disciple has the things like fire breathing and stuff like that comes in. And so I'm just going to see how I go with that. Can't remember how I normally set up Jaheira. I think I buy you a club, don't I? You've already got one, maybe. We were going to sell that. Let's have a double check on what our characters are set up. Summon insects? Yeah, I haven't used that one. So maybe I should have been looking more at some of those spells to use, but yeah. Drop that. Keep that. And let's get rid of that chainmail. That was supposed to go to you. Oh, I bought double. Oh no, that's a short bow. What am I doing? Getting mixed up here. That's better. We'll sell that. Get you new armor. You're already in splint. That's good enough for now. So yeah, I may not get very far with this. I don't know. If I don't, I'm having some trouble at the moment. I would be playing Neverwinter Nights right now, Neverwinter Nights 1, but I'm having some problems with that. Not working very well. It's got some tearing when I'm running it in Ubisoft, so I'm just being a little bit cautious with it at the moment. I don't want to try and produce videos if I can't resolve that problem. Of course, I can play Neverwinter Nights 2, which I look forward to because I haven't actually finished the main campaign in that yet, and I only bought it a couple of months ago, so I might play that one. See how we go if I don't finish this. So we're selling that, That sling goes to Jaheira. We need splint for you and sell that. We need nothing for you, you're set. We need splint for you and a shield. And no helmets. Okay, you'll have to wait for a helmet, which won't be hard because you'll pick one up from the hobgoblins in a minute. And we wanted some more arrows for you. I think one stack is enough. Let's just finish this up. You're all set. You're all set. Hang on, you don't have any spare arrows. Let's give you one stack there. And let's put that potion there. Shield, armor, sling, and I need bullets for you. And oh, I meant to rest as well. Let's rest. Done there. No. Put your ammunition up so that you'll actually use it. Okay. I'm not going to bother talking to Dawn because he's got nothing interesting to say, so I'll head upstairs. Let's talk to this gnome up here about a house full of... No, this is the ogre fetish, isn't it? Or is this the house full of spiders?
You cannot get better than the stability stone walls provide.
Have you heard there's a rogue ogre with a belt fetish in the south of the Friendly Arm Inn? I had to bargain my new girdle of piercing for my life out there. Wasn't even interested in an autographed copy of my book. Hey, if you can get that belt back to me, I'd be mighty grateful. Yeah, no worries, we will do that. And I know I can talk to this guy and get those pants off him, and I think they're useful in Baldur's Gate 2, but I'm not going to bother.
A pleasure it is to meet you.
Hey, I got an infestation of poisonous spiders in my cellar in Baragos. Bentley said I could stay here until they move on, but I hate to impose. You'll know the house when you see it, just to the west of the Jovial Juggler Inn. Here, take these potions with you. They're antidotes against the poison. Keep whatever you don't use, and I'll give you an extra 120 gold pieces if you bring back my husband's old boots that he keeps down there. If you bring back one of the bodies and my old bottle of wine as well, I might toss in a little something extra too. Of course. So let's go and clean up some hobgoblins first.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
And we are also... probably should rest. Oh no, it's not that long until sun's up. We're also going to have to go and clear out the other two parts of the map because we rushed through here and here and didn't clear the maps. So we will do that after we finish here. Make sure we uncover everything. Oh, hang on. Almost forgot. There we go. Hang on, why the hell are you not using a bow? Just leave him for a sec. Finish this guy off. There we go. That's better. Now, let's go and finish this guy off. Where is he? I can hear him tromping around up here. Just don't know where he is. Where's he gone? Is he hiding in the corner up here or what? Damn, no sign of him. Hang on. Let's just uncover what's to the west. Not going to go there. Oh, nothing. Oh, that's right, because we don't find anything there until after the Nashkel mines. Don't know where he went, but I really want to know. Here's one. There we go. And oh look, that's a flame dance ring. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the hobgoblin that ran away from me in the first fight. I guess we'll find him eventually. Oh, I'm all full up. You can hold on to that. I'm going to keep all of these scrolls. Those potions can go to you for now. You need a helmet, and I don't know why I'm picking up leather armor when it's only a gold each to sell. But the swords you get a couple of gold for, so... Ring and a sword. Where are these other guys? They're right here normally. Or are they up here? There they are. One of them, and there's another one, at least one more hiding over there. There we go. Do I need to? No, don't need to. Full inventory again. Gem. Oops. Let's just clean out the last of that. Come down here. Yeah, it could be over here. Well, I don't know. I'm stumped where he went. Can't hear him anymore. I doubt he's down here in this bit. It's probably only a couple of extra XP anyway. What are you doing, Ajantos? Like, what are you stuck on? Nothing. I swear you get stuck on so much stuff. It's usually just him. Well, occasionally Imoen as well. Here you go, here's your ring. And thank you, the ring was a gift when I set out on my own. Couldn't bear the thought of some smelly old hobgoblin having it. You're a good sort, I'll say so to anyone that asks.
Good on you if you saved the day.
And 400 gold pieces, 400 experience, sorry. Oh god, we need so much just to get to the next level. That's incredible. You don't need much, but anyway.
We follow the righteous path. The path of hell.
We sure do.
Gorion would be proud of your actions.
Well, I like to think so. Agenta starts at level 2 for some reason. Yeah, that's why I like to pick him up early, because he starts at level 2. You get a nice little advantage there. No explanation, no rhyme nor reason for it. It's just the way it is, so I don't complain. It's like the way that Jaheir is almost to level 2 as a fighter, or whichever one it is, fighter or druid, one of the two. She only needs a couple of hundred more XP and she's got a level. What am I selling? I am selling this and that and this. I don't want that for now. I don't want those for now. Or that. I will keep that though. And I will keep grease because it's fun. Bastard sword. Pointless picking up armor. Nothing there. That helmet's for you. Don't take it. That's the antidotes. And a couple of gems. Did I not put that helmet on you? I didn't. Drop that because we don't want it. Right. Let's head out of here. Is he stuck again?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
No. It's amazing. Agentus always gets stuck in the inn. Always. Well, obviously it can't be always because he didn't that time. Last playthrough he did. Journey took 8 hours. No one's going to be that tired yet, so let's just shield up. Oh, gibblings. Is there any more? Yeah. There'll only be a couple. There we go. Right. That's right. Gotta be wary of the bears around here. No, that's the next one over, that's right. I think. Where the guy wants to jump off the cliff. And we're gonna let him. Because somehow that helps. Okay, done all of that. Beragos to the south, and another messenger.
Hey,
Mustache to Beragos, Amos. Governor Keldath must be told of the extra troops being sent his way. Beragos is to be garrisoned in case of army attack, though Arm has denied such an intent. Of course they would deny it. The snakes make way for the messenger. Despite the fact that you were just standing there the entire time that we walked up, and now you're not in much of a hurry to leave as you casually stroll off. So, yes. Little Timmy, probably not.
You funny looking.
Jace, don't you get any closer or I'll have Mum come and give you the belt. Relax, kid, I don't want to hurt you. Oh, sure, that's what the other group of bandits said, and then they went and attacked the caravan I just saw leave. They're a bunch of liars, probably just like you. Get lost. So we've been told that there is this caravan right here that's been attacked, and there's not much that we can do about it. A couple of gold there. Yeah, I know there's no animation for running for the adventure, for the messengers, but it just seems silly. All the messengers in this game are all in a hurry, and yet they're standing there waiting for you to come and talk to them, and then they casually stroll off after they've told you how much of a hurry they're in. So let's come up here. I think we've got, oh, speak of the devil, Smurfs. Yes, the fetish ogre is just north of here. That's what I'm going to go and do now. A few XPs from the Smurfs in the area as well. No. I was going to chase after him and magic missile him in the back, but it's not... how much further do I have to come over this way? Yeah, that's about right. Quick save. It's not too far up here to the ogre, if I remember rightly. Where is he? Oh, Gibberlings. Where's the ogre gone? The ogre's got to be right. Can't be much further away than right there. What healing have you got? Right, between the two of them. Where is this ogre? He's got to be right here somewhere. I didn't think he was up this way. I thought he was before this rocky outcrop. Actually, no, maybe not. Yeah, he's up here just a little further. Yeah, he's right about there. Might be worthwhile. Just doing that. Nope. Whole group. Did we capture him? Yes, we did. Beautiful. Everybody attack. I'm going to magic missile. Everyone else is just... And I might as well do my other magic missile. And because he's now free, let's...
I am in need of aid.
Use the wand as well. There we go. And we're good. Can't identify that, and can't identify that. Let's just wander over this way while we're waiting for that spell to dissipate. Actually, I think we have to be careful because there's a wolf to the west of here. No, I've got all my spells for the day. I could rest here. But I don't think I can rest until that spell disappears anyway, so there we go. Let's... Come on, where is it? I know there's a wolf over here somewhere. Okay, maybe not. What do you know, I was wrong. I was positive there was a wolf here somewhere. Okay. Let's just head up this way. Not that there's anything really up here, but... can at least uncover the map. Keep forgetting to check what's to the east of here as well. Uncover that. Can I do that from up here? Yes, I can. Beautiful. The Lars wood. Down to here. It's worthwhile either going back to the friendly arm inn or sleeping because there's a storm, which means someone's going to get hit by lightning. And in fact, I'm going to do that as quickly as I can back to the inn, even though it's going to take 8 hours, because if I don't, someone's going to get, well, Juntus is going to get hit by lightning and killed. And I don't really want to be forking out a few hundred gold to resurrect him at this point. Because my luck is such that, generally speaking, every time there's a storm, at least one of my party gets hit by lightning. So I was lucky to get out of that without it. Let's go upstairs first. And give this... no, this one here. It hits for surprisingly little, but it makes me jump every time it happens. But he was already at half health. One hit from lightning could have been enough to kill him. So, because most of the time I see it hit, it puts them in half health like that. So, let's see. Flame Dance Ring. Damn it, I should have gone to the temple first and identified that. I was going to say, what happened to the other girdle? Yeah, we gave it back to the gnome. And then I forget to click back over to the thing and sleep. Okay. Outside. Identify this, even though I know what it is.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
It's the cursed belt of femininity / masculinity and changes your gender. Which, for giggles, I could put on, but probably find something better later and not be able to use it. What do you have available? There we go. I can afford that. Changes the wearer's gender. Isn't that funny? I suppose people that like to put things on before they're identified would get stuck in another gender. Not going to bother going selling that. It's not taking up much room, although I will give it to Emmeline to carry, and that's a book which doesn't really mean much. Well, it does mean much, but it doesn't interest me much at the moment, so we're going to get rid of that as well. Actually, I think I'm going to save right here before we go back and take a break for a bit and get some dinner, because it's dinner time here in Australia. Save friendly arm. I had it. Where was it? Friendly arm in right there. Save. Overwrite, and we are done. I'll probably pick up this stream again in half an hour to an hour, depending on how long it takes for me to get something to eat. You can either join me then, or you can watch it again later. See you later, Mr. A6, and anyone else who's watching, thanks, and I'll see you later. Bye.